8 by 31. 8 by 31. That means you will get this is 2x divided by 2 minus x square equal to 8 divided by 31. Right? You will get 31x equal to 8 minus 4x square. That means you will get 4x square plus 31x minus 8 equal to 0. Factorize 4 into minus 8 minus 32. So 31 is there. That means factors will be 32 and minus 1. So that means factors you will get 4x square plus 32x minus x minus 8 equal to 0. So 4x into x plus 8 minus 1 into x plus 8 equal to 0. So you will get the factors x plus 8 into, so you got x equal to minus 8 comma 1 by 4. Minus 8 comma 1 by 4 you got. So now you don't write number of solutions or two solutions. Suppose if you check this one. So minus 8 number 1. Minus 8, let us check. Why to check I will tell the reason afterwards. Look at. So LHS is tan inverse. We substitute x equal to minus 8 minus 7 plus tan inverse. So minus 8 minus 1 minus 9. That means you will get minus of tan inverse 7 plus tan inverse 9. Tan inverse 9. Right? Now look at here. X is positive here. So this is positive quantity. 9 is positive. Therefore, this is positive quantity. Positive quantity plus positive quantity is what? Sum is positive quantity with negative sign. So therefore, LH is less than 0. Clearly. LH is less than 0. But RHS is what? RHS is this one. So X is positive. So RHS is what? Positive. Therefore, X equal to minus 8 is not solution. Is not solution. Look at here. We have written tan inverse x plus tan inverse y. Na? Here, there are two cases, but one case we have written here. Tan inverse of x plus y divided by 1 minus xy we have written. There will be another case also, pi plus. Even though if you have written, find the solutions. After finding the solutions, you check which one is correct. So minus 8 if you substitute, you are getting LHS is negative quantity and RHS is positive quantity. That means this is not a solution. Suppose second case x equal to 1 by 4 you substitute. X equal to 1 by 4. LHS. You look at tan inverse x plus 1. 1 by 4 plus 1. That means 5 by 4 plus tan inverse 1 by 4 minus 1 minus 3 by 4. So minus 3 by 4. That means minus outside. Minus outside. So now look at. So this is LHS I have taken. So this value, whether it is positive or not, if you are unable to judge, check this one. Tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. What you will get? Tan inverse. Whether right hand side you are getting or not, we will check. 5 by 4 x. Tan inverse formula I told x minus y divided by 1 plus xy. 1 plus xy. That means tan inverse 2 by 4 divided by. So here what is this? 16 plus 15, 31 divided by 16. That means you will get tan inverse. Tan inverse. So this 4 will get cancelled. 8 divided by 31. So this is equal to RHS. This is equal to RHS. Therefore, x equal to 1 by 4 is only one solution. Therefore, is only one solution. You will get some solutions like this, where if you substitute, you will get LHS negative and RHS positive. Obviously, this will not be a solution, right? So, whenever tan inverse x plus tan inverse y is there, you write basic formula. So, whenever tan inverse x plus tan inverse y is there, you write basic formula. Tan inverse of x plus y divided by 1 minus xy. But finally, after getting solutions, you check. Then you are unable to judge what is the correct solution. Right? If you are getting a contradiction, LHS is some positive sign, RHS negative sign. LHS negative sign, RHS positive sign. So those solutions you eliminate. The other solutions will be there. Right? Like that, after finding the solutions, you check. That is mandatory. Otherwise, you will get wrong answer. Even both can be correct also in some cases. So this is how to find the solutions. There's simple two methods. If tan inverse x plus tan inverse y is there, write the formula. Right? Otherwise, take alpha, take angle A, angle B. A plus B equal to pi by 3. Yesterday we have done. Then finally substitute the solutions. Two methods. Look at next model. Okay. Solutions based on domains. Without solving the solution based on domains. So look at, we have discussed the domains of inverse functions. Sine inverse x domain minus 1 to 1. Right? Cos inverse x minus 1 to 1. Tan inverse x belongs to R. Cot inverse x belongs to R. Secant inverse x belongs to minus infinity comma minus 1 union 1 to infinity. Similarly, cosecant inverse x minus infinity to minus 1 union 1 to infinity. Whenever inverse trigonometric function is given, use those rules to find the domain. Domain rules will be same. In functions we have dealt with, if two functions are there, f1, f2, we will find f1 domain d1, f2 domain d2. What is the domain of f plus g? D1 intersection d2. Rules will be same, right? Suppose look at, find find number of solutions. Very important model this. Find number of solutions of 2 sine inverse root of x square plus x plus 1 plus cos inverse root of x square plus x equal to 3 pi by 2. Look at them carefully. So generally, this A we will take, this B we will take. We can solve like this, like that also. That is one method. Satvik, what is your doubt, Amma? Satvik, Satvik, what is your doubt? ఒక్క నిమిషం తీస్తున్నాను. చూడండి. చూడండి. Look at this. Look at this. So this equation, you can take this as A, this as B, one method. But this is bigger, this will become big if you do like this. What we will do is, whenever the bigger function is there, you take that as f of x. You take that as f of x. So you take that as f of x. This complete function, root of x square plus x. This complete function, you take that as f of x. That means this equation has become f of x equal to 3 pi by 2. Right? You have to find the values of x for which, if you substitute a value here, you have to get 3 pi by 2. Right? Now look at, we will find the domain of this function. Solution means this will be in the domain only, because if we substitute an x, it must be defined as well as it must be defined. In that domain x values only solution will be there. Right? So try to calculate domain of this function. Let us say this is f1 and let us say this is f2. Two functions are there. I am taking f1, look at f1, 2 sine inverse, 2 sine inverse root of x square plus, look at x square plus x plus 1. Right? I am taking this, look at. So domain of this sine inverse is there, inside one you take capital X. So let capital X equals to root of x square plus x plus 1. So that means this function will become sine inverse capital X. So this sine inverse capital X will be defined only when capital X lies between minus 1 and 1. Look at this. Only capital X lies between minus 1 and 1. Right? But capital X is already positive. It cannot be negative. Root is what? Positive. That means capital X must lie between 0 to 1. Look at you, even if you write also, actually capital X must lie between minus 1 to 1. But capital X is already positive here. That means instead of writing minus 1 to 1, you write 0 to 1. Because this is positive quantity. Na? This is positive quantity. So that means capital X must lie between 0 to 1. So now substitute this. So what are the domain? It must satisfy this inequality, right? So square. So that means 0 less than or equal to x square plus x plus 1 less than or equal to 1. Less than or equal to 1. Now what I am doing is minus 1 completely. Minus 1 completely. So minus 1 less than or equals to x square plus x less than or equal to 0. Minus 1, 0, minus 1, minus 1. This minus 1 x square plus x. This minus 1 0. So let us say this is the first equation. I am not solving. Keep it like this. So domain of f1x consists of what type of values of x? X square plus x lies between minus 1 and 0. I am not solving this. Keep it like this. 1. Right? So then take cos inverse. Then take cos inverse. Just I am calculating domain. Cos inverse. Cos inverse root of x square plus x. Now take inside one capital X. Inside one capital X. Right? So this capital X, actually this capital X must lie between minus 1 and 1, but already in the root it is positive quantity. That means capital X must lie between 0 to 1. There is no way X can take negative value. Capital X must lie between 0 and 1. So right, capital X must lie between 0 and 1 means 0 less than or equal to, this is F2, I am taking F2. Right, 0 less than or equal to capital X square plus X less than or equal to 1. Now square, that means what are the values you will get? 0 less than or equals to x square plus x less than or equal to 1. Now let us say this is 2, I am not solving it. Right? Now, what is the domain of f of x? Domain of f of x is nothing but f1 domain intersection f2 domain. Now, look at first equation. This is the domain of f1x. Second equation, this is the domain of f2x. So, domain of, now I am calculating domain of f of x is nothing but from the functions you know 1 intersection 2. So these are the values and these are the values. Actually, x square lies between minus 1 and 0 here. X square plus x lies between minus 1 and 0. Here it is lying between 0 to 1. What are the common values of both? Common values you will get when this will become 0. Otherwise, no common value. That means values of x for which x square plus x equal to 0. That means what are the values you will get? 0, comma, minus 1. Right? So domain of f of x is contains only two elements. That is 0, comma, minus 1. That means this f of x is there. This will be defined only when x equals 0 and minus 1. If solutions exist, only these two values will be there. You have to check whether in this domain value f of x equal to pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2 or not. Now look at it. F of x is what? Our equation is this one. So f of x is what? 2 sine inverse root of x square plus x plus 1 plus cos inverse root of x square plus x. This function will be defined only for these two values. If solutions exist in these values only. Now I have to check whether this for this x value I will get 3 pi by 2 or not. 3 pi by 2. Right? I am checking it. F of 0. F of 0 is 2 sine inverse 0 if you substitute 1 cos inverse 0. Cos inverse 0. So that means this is nothing but 2 into what is sine inverse 1? Pi by 2 2 into pi by 2 plus cos inverse 0. That means pi by 2. So this is what 3 pi by 2. 3 pi by 2. Therefore, x equal to 0 is a solution. Now I am checking f of minus 1. So f of minus 1, substitute that 2 into sine inverse. If you substitute minus 1, 1 minus 1 plus 1, 1 plus cos inverse 1 minus 1, 0. So look at this one, 2 into pi by 2 plus cos inverse 0 means what? Cos pi by 2. What I am getting? 3 pi by 2. 3 pi by 2. So therefore x equal to minus 1 is what? Is solution. Like that, we will take the equation like this. F of x we will take. For f of x, I have calculated the domain. Domain I got only 0 and minus 1, only two elements. That means in these two elements itself, solutions will be there. But if you got 0 and minus 1, not necessary that these are solutions. You have to check. You take this equation, f of x is there, you check whether you are getting 3 pi by 2 or not. F of 0, I got 3 pi by 2. So therefore x equal 0 is one solution. F of minus 1, I got 3 pi by 2. So this is one solution. Suppose instead of 3 pi by 2 here, suppose I have given pi by 2. Instead of 3 pi by 2, let us say I have given pi by 2. Then 0 and minus 1 both are not solutions. Right? Because I will get 3 pi by 2. That means after getting the domain, you have to check whether this is becoming 3 pi by 2 or not. Just I have calculated domain. Right? You have to check whether that will become 3 pi by 2 or not. For those values, you check. Whichever you will get 3 pi by 2, that is the answer. This is one method of doing. Right? The hint for this method is left hand side function, bigger function he will give. Right? Bigger function, right side one value he will give. That means it is a hint that from the domain you have to do the problem. Take f of x, right? Two functions will be there mostly. F1, F2. F1 domain, F2 domain. So domain you calculate. A few values you will get like this. Two values like that the function will be only two values, three values like that. After calculating the domain, you check for this equation you are getting or not. This is one method of solving after calculating domain. You know? Look at next problem. Look at another problem. Find value find value of a find value of a for which the equation ax square plus sine inverse x square minus 4x plus 5 plus cos inverse x square minus 4x plus 5 equal to 0 will have a solution, will have at least one solution, Look at like this big function he will give. Right? So take this as f of x, take this as f of x. F of x equal to 0. So f of x is what? Ax square plus sine inverse x square minus 4x plus 5 plus cos inverse this. Now, whenever the function is like this, if possible, write perfect square amount. Whenever sine inverse is there, quadratic is there, try to write perfect square. X minus 2 whole square plus 1, right? Plus cos inverse x minus 2 whole square plus 1. Try to write perfect square. Now domain, look at domain. So F1 means this is the one ax square. This will be always defined. All real numbers. F2, look at F2. F2, if you look at F2, if you look at, take capital X. Capital X. You can observe that actually capital X must lie between minus 1 to 1. Minimum value minus 1, maximum value 1. You can observe that this is square plus 1 means this is always greater than or equal to 1. You can observe that this is whole square plus 1. Easily you can observe. It is always greater than or equal to 1. But inside sine inverse is there. That must lie between minus 1 and 1 only. Therefore, only possibility is what? Capital X equal to 1. Only possibility is what? It will be defined only when capital X equal to 1. Otherwise, it will be greater than 1. You substitute any value, it will be greater than 1. Because inside 1 must lie between minus 1 and 1. And this one is greater than or equal to 1. Only possibility is what? Capital X equal to 1. That means when capital X equal to 1, that means x equal to 2. Only x equal to 2 is the domain. This is 2. Let us say this is 1. So domain of this function is what? Only 2. X equal to 2 only. Because it will be defined only when x equal to 1. That means this equal to 1 means only x equal to 2. Look at here. You substitute any value other than 2. You substitute 3. What you will get? 1 plus 1, 2. It will not be defined. Only 2. That means F3 of x. So this is F1, this is F2, this is F3. Cos inverse x minus 2 whole square plus 1. This is capital X, let us say. Cos inverse capital X. Where capital X is what? X minus 2 whole square plus 1. This is also, you can say, always greater than or equal to 1. But cos inverse capital X will be defined only when capital X lies between minus 1 and 1. So therefore, as it is greater than or equal to 1, only defined when capital X equal to 1. Only domain contains only one element, that is 2. So let us say this is 3. Now domain of F, if you see, domain of F is 1 intersection 2 intersection 3. That means only x equal to 2. Only x equal to 2. That means as in the domain only x equal to 2 is there, it must be the solution of the given equation. Because f of x will be defined only for x equal to 2. He has given that it must have at least one solution. Therefore, x equal to 2 is the solution of the given equation. Therefore, if solution must exist, x equal to 2 must be solution of the given equation ax square plus sine inverse x square minus 4x plus 5 plus cos inverse x square minus 4x plus 5 equal to 0. This must be solution, means substitute a into 4 plus Now look at this is sine inverse x plus cos inverse x. That is what pi by 2. Even if you substitute also, what you will get here? This is 1. You will get sine inverse 1 plus cos inverse 1. That means this is pi by 2. Plus if you substitute here, you will get cos inverse 1. That is 0. That means A is what? So minus pi by 8. Minus pi by 8. Like that amount. So one equation is given, f of x equal to 0, right? Left hand side f of x is there. I have calculated domain. Domain I got only x equal to 2. That means given function left hand side will be defined only for x equal to 2. That means that must be the solution. Given that the equation has only one solution, right? That means x equal to 2 must be the solution of the given equation. So substitute in this, it has to be solution means it must satisfy the equation. Just I have substituted x equal to 2. That means A is what? Minus pi by 8. ఇక్కడ ఇది చూడు ఒకసారి, ఇది పర్ఫెక్ట్ స్క్వేర్ కదా. పర్ఫెక్ట్ స్క్వేర్ ఎలా ఉంటది? పాజిటివ్ ఉండేది. మరి ఇది 1 ఉంది, 1 కంటే ఎక్కువే ఉంటది కదా. ఇది పాజిటివ్ క్వాంటిటీ ప్లస్ 1 రా. ఇది 0 అయితే 1 అయింది, లేకపోతే 1 కంటే ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది. ఓకేనమ్మా, రైట్? అట్లా మనకి డొమైన్ కనుక్కుంటే సింగిల్ ఎలిమెంట్, 2 ఎలిమెంట్స్ అలా వస్తాయి. అప్పుడు సొల్యూషన్స్ ఉండాలంటే అవే ఉండాలి కంపల్సరీగా. సో దేర్ ఫోర్ ఇందాక క్వశ్చన్ లో ఏం చేసాం? కనుక్కున్నాం 2 values you got, but what is the guarantee that it is solution? That's why substituted and calculated. You got 3 pi by 2, right? In this equation he has already given it has at least one solution. That means that solution must be what? In the domain only one element is there. That solution must be x equal to 2 only. This is how to find the solutions using domain. Look at finding solutions by using range. Finding solutions by using range. By using range. Right? So once range is sine inverse x is there. Sine inverse x. Look at once we will memorize ranges. Sine inverse x. Range is what? Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Minimum value is minus pi by 2. Maximum value is what? Pi by 2. So minus pi by 2 less than or equal to sine inverse x less than or equal to pi by 2. Right? Minimum value is minus pi by 2. Maximum value is pi by 2. Similarly, cos inverse x. 0 to pi is the range. Minimum value is 0. Maximum value is pi. Tan inverse x lies in open interval. Minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2 open interval. Secant inverse x, cot inverse x, what is the range? Open 0 comma open pi. Secant inverse x, what is the range? Closed 0 to closed pi minus pi by 2. Only that element will not be there. Cosecant inverse x, what is the range? Closed minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 minus 0. Right? Look at here. Equations will be given based on these ranges, maximum and minimum values. Okay. Very important model, someone. Regularly you will get in the exams. Okay, but very easy. He will give like this: sine inverse x plus sine inverse y plus sine inverse z equal to 3 pi by 2. 3 pi by 2. Then x equal to dash, y equal to dash, z equal to dash. Look at here. Actually, while if he has given like this, you have to observe. 3 pi by 2 he has given. This is sine inverse x. This is sine inverse y. This is sine inverse z. Right? For this pi by 2 is the maximum value. Pi by 2 is the maximum value. Pi by 2 is the maximum value. That means look at you know that sine inverse x always lies between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Sine inverse y always lies between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Sine inverse function. So sine inverse z always lies between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Let us take 1, let us take 2, let us take 3. Right? Addition is there. 1 plus 2 plus 3. 1 plus 2 plus 3. What you will get? Minus 3 pi by 2 less than or equals to what you will get? Sine inverse x plus sine inverse y plus sine inverse z less than or equal to 3 pi by 2. That means whatever the left hand side is given, that always lies between minus 3 pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2. What he has given it is 3 pi by 2. What is that then? This must be maximum, this must be maximum, this must be maximum. Always when the equation is given like this, take all maximum values or all minimum values that will be there that side. Right? So maximum value, this is possible only when each equal to pi by 2. Solution is possible. Solution is possible only when this is pi by 2. Comma sine inverse y equal to pi by 2. No option. All the three must be pi by 2. Then only it is possible. Right? There won't be any values such that other than these three, if you substitute, you will get 3 pi by 2 because maximum value is what? 3 pi by 2 only. That means x is what? You can calculate 1, y is what? 1, z is what? 1. Right? Look at them. Whenever the equation is given like this, take all maximum values, check 3 pi by 2, correct. Take all minimum values. Then, if we suppose gives minus 3 pi by 2, take all minimum values. If these equations are given like this, take all maximum value and calculate whether that is there or not. Take all minimum values, minus pi by 2, and then check. Two cases will be there where all maximum values you take, all minimum values you take. So x equal to 1, y equal to 1, z equal to 1. This is for explanation I have written. This is for explanation I have written. No need to do like this in the exam. Maximum pi by 2, pi by 2, pi by 2. Take those and find x, y, z values. Take those and find x, y, z values. What is your doubt, AR? What is your doubt? Huh? ఇక్కడ క్లియర్ గానే ఉందమ్మా. సిగ్నల్స్ ఒక్కోసారి ఒక్కొక్కరు ఒక రకంగా ఉంటాయి. నువ్వు మళ్ళీ ఆఫ్ చేసి ఆన్ చేయి. అదేరా నీ సిగ్నల్ బట్టి ఉంటది. నువ్వు ఎక్కడున్నావు నేను ఎక్కడున్నావు అని తెలియదు కదా. మళ్ళీ ఆఫ్ చేసి ఆన్ చేయి. అంతకంటే మనం ఏం చేయలేం. ఇక్కడ క్లియర్ గానే ఉంది. హ్యాండ్ డౌన్. ఇప్పుడు ఇలా అడుగుతారు. ఇవి వచ్చినాయి కదా మనకి. సపోజ్ క్వశ్చన్ విల్ బి ఆస్క్డ్ లైక్ దిస్. X power 2020. Same question is given. He will ask like this. Bigger expression he will ask. 22 plus 6 divided by x power 2018 plus y power 2019 plus z power 2017. He will ask like this by giving the equation. Don't scare by looking at this. X is 1, y is 1, z is 1. What is this? 1 plus 1 plus 1, 3 plus 6 divided by 3. That means 3 plus 1 answer is what? 4. By giving that equation, he will give bigger expression like this. That means simple is that this you take, this you take, this you take. X values you will get, then find this value. Nothing is there in that. Like that. Just simply when the equation is given, left hand side inverse function will be there. You take all the minimum values, check. You take all the maximum values, check. 6 divided by 3, 2. 5 right? Look at one more problem. He is given like this. Look at sigma r equal to 1 to 10 sine inverse xr. Sine inverse xr equals to minus 5 pi sigma k equal to 1 to 100 xr equal to dash. Look at here. He has given like this. Sigma means what? What he has given? Sine inverse x1, sine inverse x2 and so on. Sine inverse x10. He has given as minus 5 pi. So this is nothing but minus 10 into pi by 2. Look at, I am writing like this. Look at 10 into minus pi by 2. That means look at minimum value of this is what? Minus pi by 2, minus pi by 2, minus pi by 2. 10 into minus pi by 2 given. This is possible only when all the terms are minimum. Therefore, otherwise it is not possible. Equal to minus pi by 2 sine inverse x2 equal to minus pi by 2 and so on. Sine inverse x10 equal to minus pi by 2. Therefore, x1 is what? Minus 1. x2 is what? Minus 1 and so on. x10 is what? Minus 1. So you got these values. You got these values. x1, x2 and so on, x10. Therefore, what he is asking? What he is asking? K equal to 1 to 100 xr. That means x1 plus x2 and so on. x10, 10. Only 10. Or k equal to 1 to 10. 1 to 10. K equal to 1 to 10 xr means expand this. So these are how many minus ones? 10 minus ones. What is the answer? Minus 10. That is the answer. Just as simple as it. Look at these will be there. You check all the maximum values you won't get. All maximum means 10 pi. Minimum means minus pi by 2, minus pi by 2, minus pi by 2. Then you will get minus pi. That means all must be minus pi by 2. Then only solution is possible. Otherwise you won't get, never get minus 5 pi. Because this sum will not be less than this one. Never. Like that. Simple. After giving this equation, he will give n number of questions. Now I can write 1000 questions here. Because you got x1, x2 and so on, you can write number of questions based on this. Like that, just substitute all the minimum values or all the maximum values. That will be the case he will give. Look at next. Suppose he has given like this. Cos inverse x plus cos inverse y plus cos inverse z equal to 3 pi x plus y plus z equal to dash. Now you can write on the side what is the range of cos inverse x? 0 to pi. Substitute all the minimum values. 0 plus 0 plus 0 you won't get. 3 pi. 3 pi means all must be maximum. Therefore, cos inverse x equal to pi, cos inverse y equal to pi, and cos inverse z equal to pi. Then only it is possible. X is what? Cos pi minus 1. y is what? Cos pi minus 1. Z is what? Cos pi minus 1. Therefore, x plus y plus z equal to minus 3. What is the value? Minus 3. Like that, just 2 or 3 definite questions will be there tomorrow. Right? So, suppose let us say cos inverse x plus cos inverse y plus cos inverse z equal to 0. Equal to 0. What is x? What is y? What is z? Let us say 0 means what? Minimum value. So this must be 0. This must be 0. This must be 0. Therefore x is what? 1. Y is what? 1. Z is what? 1. Simple. Otherwise not possible. How you will get 0? You won't get. Suppose it is given like this. 2 secant inverse x whole square plus 3 secant inverse y whole square plus 4 whole square equal to 9 pi square. He is given like this. 9 pi square, then x square plus y square plus z square equal to dash. Equal to dash. Once you see what is secant inverse x range. Secant inverse x range is 0 to pi minus pi by 2. Except. That means minimum value is what? 0. Maximum value is what? Pi. Now if you look at here, all you substitute 0, 0, 0. You won't get 0. All you substitute maximum. If you substitute maximum pi here, 2 pi square plus 3 pi square plus 4 pi square. That means 9 pi square. Therefore, this is possible only when secant inverse x equal to pi, secant inverse y equal to pi, secant inverse z equal to pi. Only this is the case only possible because maximum value is what? Pi. 2 pi square plus 3 pi square plus 4 pi square. Then it will become 9 pi square. Therefore, x is what? Secant pi means minus 1. Y is what? Secant pi means minus 1. Z is what? Secant pi means minus 1. Therefore, 1 plus 1 plus 1. What is the answer? 3. Like that. Etama doubt Teja? Etama doubt Teja? చూడండి అట్లా. Okay, suppose another example. If sin inverse A whole square plus cos inverse B whole square plus secant inverse C whole square plus cosecant inverse B whole square equal to 5 pi square by 2. 5 pi square by 2. Then number 1, a power 10 plus b power 12 plus c power 13 plus d power 14 equal to dash. Look at this problem. Teja, what is your doubt? If you have doubt, only raise your hand. Otherwise, I will quit from the class. Don't raise unnecessarily. Next time, if you raise your hand and if you are not asking doubt, I will quit from the class for 1 week. Serious warning I am giving. Don't unnecessarily raise. If you have doubt, raise. No problem. I am clearing the doubt now. Don't interrupt in between. Lot of students are there here. Look at this. Now look at here. Take all maximum values or all minimum values. So maximum value of this is what? Pi by 2. Right? Pi by 2 if you look at. I will check maximum value of this is what? Pi square by 4. This is what? Pi square. I will check whether I am getting or not. So secant inverse maximum value is what? Pi. Cosecant inverse pi square by 4. So this is 2 pi square plus pi square by 2. So that means this is what? 5 pi square by 2. So that means this must be pi by 2. Maximum a equal to 1. This must be pi. So b is what? Cos pi means minus 1. Secant inverse c must be what? Maximum means pi. C is what? Minus 1. Cosecant inverse D must be what? Pi by 2. Cosecant inverse D must be what? Pi by 2. So D must be what? Cosecant pi by 2, 1. We got these values. So what is the answer? 1 plus 1. Look at here. So this is answer. So A is 1. A is 1. So B is minus 1. That means B power 12, 1. C power 13 minus 1. D power 14, 1. So what is the answer? 1, 1 gets cancelled. Answer is 2. Like that, simple. Take all the maximum values, all the minimum values. Whichever you will get, take that. Otherwise, it is not possible. Like that, problems based on ranges will be there. Right? One equation he will give bigger one, because after getting x, y, z substituting only x for 2020 like that, he will, what is the answer? Right? Don't scare it at that. Just that based on simple x value, y value, z value, you calculate. So that is based on ranges, maximum and minimum values. Next is very important one. In IIT also number of times question asked on this. Sum of series involving tan inverse function. Generally, tan inverse function will be there. Okay, very important one. Very, very easy and very important one. For IIT or mains point of view, very important one. Look at. Sum will be like this. Look at sum. Sum he will give like this. N equal to 1 to n equal to n. Look at, he will give some tan inverse, some function of n. Right? He will ask to find the value of this. That means what? You substitute n equal to 1 tan inverse f of 1, n equal to 2 tan inverse f of 2, and so on. How many number of terms will be there? N tan inverse sum. This is n tan inverse functions sum. This is called sum of n terms. Sum of n terms. How many terms will be there? Tan inverse f of 1 plus tan inverse f of 2 and so on. Tan inverse f of n. N terms will be there. This is called sum of n terms. Suppose if he gives n equal to 1 to 20. This means what? Upper limit n not given also you have to understand that. N equal to 1 to, this is limit of n only, n equal to 1 to 20. What is the tan inverse f of 1 plus tan inverse f of 2 and so on? Tan inverse f of 20. This is sum of 20 terms. This is sum of 20 terms. This is also denoted by Sn. Just like in progressions, that is also denoted by Sn. Follow carefully. So this is also denoted by S20. S20. Suppose if it is given like this, n equal to 1 to infinity tan inverse f of n. F of tan inverse f of 1 plus tan inverse f of 2 and so on infinite terms. That means if this is given like this, sum of infinite terms. This is denoted by S infinity. S infinity. This is denoted by S infinity. Look at this is given like this. This is sum of n terms. This is 20 terms. This is infinite terms. For calculating these sums, what you have to do is look at here. This whenever sigma is given, you take this one. Look at you take this one. The same only simple method. F of n. Right? So tan inverse f of n. You take f of n, you take f of n, f of n you take, f of n, take f of n whatever it is there, convert it in the form x minus y by 1 plus xy. Whatever the function is there, you convert it in the form x minus y divided by 1 plus xy. Right? You modify this function and bring it to the form x minus y divided by 1 plus xy and substitute here. If you convert this in the form, then it will become f of n is what? X minus y divided by 1 plus xy. This is nothing but formula yesterday I told. Tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. First basic step, tan inverse is there in sigma. Take this f of n and first bring it to the form x minus y divided by 1 plus xy and substitute in f of n this one. That means tan inverse f of n is nothing but now tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. Convert to that. Look at models we will see. But if you look at the example, you will understand clearly. Right? Look at. Suppose if it is given like this, it is given like this. Look at sigma n equal to 1 to n tan inverse 1 divided by 1 plus n square. Right? Like this sum. This is what f of n I am telling. F of n. Take that f of n. Look at I am taking this one. 1 by 1 plus n square. Take that. First step is 1 plus x into y. Here denominator you must bring it to the form 1 plus product of two numbers. So 1 is already there. Okay, 1 plus first step is 1 here. Right? This product of 2. This is nothing but n plus 1. N I am taking common. This is nothing but 1 plus n plus 1 into n. First bring it to the form 1 plus x into y I have brought. Now if you look at here 1 is there, this is x, this is y. This is y. Now this is x, this is y. 1 is there, that 1 can be written as x minus y. This only same 1 is there, this minus, this is what? 1. That 1 you write it as n plus 1 minus n. This is x, this is y. X minus 1 will be in the numerator. Like that problem will be there. So x minus 1 means n plus 1 minus n divided by 1 plus n plus 1 into n. Now this is brought to the form x minus y divided by 1 plus xy over. Bring it to the form. This form you have to bring it. So now that value you replace inside tan inverse. That value is there. Here instead of this you write this one sigma n equal to 1 to n tan inverse. So instead of this, you write this one, n plus 1 minus n divided by 1 plus n plus 1 into n. Right? Now this is of the form tan inverse of x minus y divided by 1 plus xy. That means sigma, what is this formula? Tan inverse x. Tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. Now after getting this one, expand sigma by substituting n equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on. Finally n. Expand. N equal to 1 I am substituting. N equal to 1 I am substituting. N equal to 1 means what? N equal to 1 means tan inverse 2 minus tan inverse 1 first term, n equal to 1. Next n equal to 2. Tan inverse 3 minus tan inverse 2 plus tan inverse n equal to 3 you substitute tan inverse 4 minus tan inverse 3 and so on like that. Lastly, in place of n only, that means same thing you will get minus tan inverse n like that, right? So now if you observe this, everything will get cancelled. This term will get cancelled. This term will get cancelled. Only in the first bracket, second term will be remaining, and this term before term will get cancelled. Only in the first bracket, second term, and in the last bracket, first term will be remaining. Look at tan inverse n. Here will be there. This and this will get cancelled. This and this will get cancelled. Look at here. Tan inverse 3 is getting cancelled now. Here this term. In this bracket, this term will be there. In this term will get cancelled like that. Only in the first bracket, this minus term, and in the last bracket, plus term will be remaining. So what are the remaining? So this is this one and this one. That means tan inverse n plus 1 minus tan inverse 1. Tan inverse 1. This is the one. So therefore, this is your answer. So what is your answer? Either it will be in this form. Tan inverse n plus 1 minus tan inverse 1 means what? Pi by 4. Answer will be in this form, or answer will be in this form. Tan inverse n plus 1 minus tan inverse 1. Again you write tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. Tan inverse x minus tan inverse y is what? N plus 1 minus 1 divided by n plus 1 into 1. So what is your answer? Tan inverse n plus 1 minus 1. N divided by 1 plus n plus 1. Answer can be in this form, or answer can be in this form. Look at them. I will explain once again. Look at simple. Sigma n equal to 1, tan inverse is there. Just inside tan inverse, whatever is there, you took this. Right? This you have to convert in the form x minus y divided by 1 minus xy. This form you have to bring out. First step is 1. 1 is already there. Write as product xy. Right? This I have written n plus 1 into n. Now if x into y is there, in the numerator x minus y must be there. Clearly 1 is there, that is x minus y. So you write 1 as n plus 1 minus n. So converting to this form first. X minus y divided by 1 plus xy. Inside tan inverse you substitute that whatever you got. This. Now look at tan inverse. This is x minus y. This is x. Tan inverse x minus y divided by 1 plus xy is what? Tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. Right? After getting tan inverse x minus tan inverse y, expand the sigma By substituting n equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on n equal to 1 I have substituted tan inverse 2 minus tan inverse 1. N equal to 2 I have substituted tan inverse 3 minus tan inverse 2. N equal to 3 this one and so on. Last step and so on and so on. Last step this tan inverse n equal to n, tan inverse n plus 1 minus tan inverse n. These all terms will get cancelled. This with this with this. That means this minus term will be getting cancelled with this one. Right? Only in the first bracket, second term minus 1, in the first bracket minus 1, and in the last bracket plus 1 will be remaining. So answer is what? This minus this. This answer will be in this form, or you will simplify. Tan inverse 1 is there, tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. Therefore, again you write tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. Tan inverse of x minus y divided by 1 plus xy. This is the answer, or this is the answer. Like that. This is n terms, this is n terms. There will be n tan inverses. This is n terms. Suppose the same problem only. Now you got this one. Look at. Now you got this one. Sigma n equal to 1 to n tan inverse 1 plus n square equals to what you got. Look at tan inverse n plus 1 minus pi by 4. Let us take this one. You got this one. Suppose he will ask n equal to infinity. N equal to infinity. This is the one. That means if n equal to 1 to infinity asked, first you calculate n equal to 1 to n. This one you have to calculate. Now n equal to infinity. Substitute n equal to infinity. N equal to infinity means what is the value you will get? Tan inverse infinity minus pi by 4. Tan inverse infinity minus pi by 4 means what? This is pi by 2 minus pi by 4. What is the answer? Pi by 4. Suppose if we ask like this, sigma n equal to 1 to infinity. Even infinity asked, take infinity and then find from n equal to 1 to n. First you find out this one, this value. After getting, you substitute n equal to infinity. Right? If n equal to infinity, this is tan inverse infinity plus 1, tan inverse infinity minus pi by 4. What is the answer? Pi by 2 minus pi by 4, that is pi by 4, that is the answer. Suppose if he asks like this, okay. Suppose if he asks like this, n equal to 1 to 20, tan inverse. That means what? 20 terms, n terms you know na. This one, if you calculate that one, substitute n equal to 20. N equal to 20. That means you will get tan inverse. This is 21 minus pi by 4, or answer you can substitute here also, or otherwise tan inverse 20 divided by 22. Tan inverse 10 divided by 11. Just if n terms are known, infinity means substitute n equal to infinity. 20 means substitute n equal to 20. Like that, one is n terms he will ask, one is infinite terms he will ask. If he is asking infinity, then try to find out from n equal to n to n 1 to n first, and then substitute n equal to infinity if he is asking this one. Right? If he is asking this one, if you know n terms, then substitute n equal to 20. Right? We will see one more model. Look at, you will get clarified. Very important series, very important. Regularly in IIT he will ask these models. Look at one more problem. Suppose he will ask like this: f of x let f of x equals to, let f of x equals to sigma, just he will give fixed terms, r equal to 1 to 10 tan inverse 1 by x square plus 2r minus 1 into x plus r square inside only, r square minus r plus 1 inside only. In the denominator itself, he has given like this. In the denominator itself, r equal to 1 to 10 tan inverse 1 divided by x square plus 2r minus 1 into x plus r square minus r plus 1. He has given like this problem. Look at. Now only he is asking, this is f of x. That sum is f of x. That sum is f of x. Then what he is asking is question, if f of 5 equals to, if f of 5 in the integer questions he will ask like this, cot inverse k, then k equal to dash. Now look at, first we will find out what is this series, that is f of x. So this series I will try to calculate first. My target is first, this is converting 1 by, take this one, x square 1 is already here. First 1 is there already here. 1 I am writing. So how I have to convert this? So 1 is already here. Now you have to write this as product of two terms. Right? Product of two terms. Look at how I am writing. Use some logic to write. 1 plus, look at what I am doing is, here x, here x. X square plus 2rx, I am clubbing this one, look at x square plus 2rx plus r square, these three I am clubbing, these three I am clubbing, these three I am clubbing, right? Minus x minus r is there. Look at x square plus 2rx plus r square I am clubbing. The remaining is what? Minus x minus r I have written there. So now this is what? X plus r whole square. X plus r whole square minus 1 take common. X plus r. Right? Now in these two, take x plus r common. 1 by 1 plus, take x plus r common. X plus r if you take common, you will get x plus r minus 1. Now my target is over in the denominator. 1 plus xy I have written. Right? This is x, this is y. This is x, this is y. Now look at x minus y is what? This minus this is what? 1. This minus this is what? 1. Now I am writing like this. Look at this 1, I am writing it as x plus r minus of x plus r minus 1 divided by 1 plus 1 plus now this is over. X minus y divided by 1 plus xy. Now look at here. Inside tan inverse I will substitute this one. That means therefore sigma r equal to 1 to 10 only. No need to take n. Till 10 only we will find out. Why n? Till 10 only we will find out. No need to substitute n. Directly sigma r equal to 1 to 10. What is this? Tan inverse. Tan inverse, this one you write. Minus of divided by 1 plus x plus r into this. So now if you look at this form, tan inverse x minus y divided by 1 plus xy. X minus y divided by 1 plus xy. What is that? Tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. Tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. So I am substituting that. Sigma r equal to 1 to 10 tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. This inside sigma. Now it is converted tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. Now substitute from r equal to 1 to 10. Look at in place of r, not in place of x. In place of r, tan inverse x plus 1 minus tan inverse x. This plus next r equal to 2. R equal to 2 means what you will get? Tan inverse x plus 2 minus tan inverse r equal to 2 means what you will get here? X plus 1 plus and so on. Lastly 10. Lastly 10 and so on. Lastly 10. Tan inverse x plus 10 minus tan inverse x plus 9. Substituted r equal to 1, r equal to and so on, r equal to 10. Look at here, this term will get cancelled. Next, this term will get cancelled with next bracket. So this term will cancel with this one. Only here minus term, here plus term will be remaining. Everything will get cancelled. So therefore, what you get? Minus tan inverse x. This is given as f of x. So this whatever you got sum, that is given as f of x. Now what he is asking? What he is asking? F of 5. F of 5. F of 5 means x equal to 5. Tan inverse 10 plus 5 is what? 15 minus tan inverse 5. So again tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. Tan inverse of x minus y divided by 1 plus x into y. So that means you will get tan inverse 15 minus 5, 10 divided by 75 plus 1. That means tan inverse so look at tan inverse 2 5s 238. This now look at he is asking in cot inverse. Look at him. What is the formula? Tan inverse x equal to cot inverse 1 by x. Cot inverse 1 by x. So therefore, cot inverse 38 divided by 5. 1 by x means what? 38 divided by 5. Therefore, k is what? 38 divided by 5. Like that. Just simple. First sigma tan inverse inside one is they take that. After taking that denominator 1 plus x into y. Now write x minus y. It will be there in the numerator. You have to identify. After that substitute in tan inverse. You write tan inverse x minus tan inverse y and then expand. Everything will get cancelled. In the first term minus term. In the last bracket first plus term. So this and this will be remaining. So now you write tan inverse x minus tan inverse y formula or otherwise f of 5 directly. Tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. You got this one. He is asking in cot inverse. What is tan inverse? Cot inverse 1 by x. Right? Reciprocal. Writing that in this form is important. Look at next model. Look at problem is this one. Problem is this. Cot of this model is given in IIT. Look at sigma n equal to 1 to 30, n equal to 1 to 30 cot inverse 1 plus sigma k equal to 1 to n, k equal to 1 to n, 2k equal to dash. 2k equal to dash. Look at here. He is asking cot of inside cot complete. This one is there. Sigma n equal to 1 to 30 cot inverse 1 plus sigma k equal to 1 to 2k. First, what I will find out is this I will take inside one. Look at sigma n equal. First, I will find out this one, and after that, I will find out cot of cot inverse 1 plus. This is sigma means look at what is that. I will calculate this. K equal to 1 to n 2k. This I will find out first. And then I will replace the value. Look at this. This is sigma means what? 2 is constant right outside. There is no k. Right? 2 into substitute from 1 to n. 1 plus k equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on n. What is this one? 2 plus 2 into. This is what formula n into n plus 1 by 2. So that means this value is nothing but n into n plus 1. N into n plus 1. Now sigma, substitute that n equal to 1 to 30. Cot inverse 1 plus this sigma is n into n plus 1. N into n plus 1. Whenever cot inverse is there, inside sigma, you convert into tan inverse always. Inside sigma, when cot inverse is there, you convert into tan inverse 1 by x. Always inside sigma, you convert into tan inverse. Tan inverse, this is x completely. 1 by 1 plus n into n plus 1. Right? 1 by 1 plus n into n plus 1. Now look at this. I have to convert into x minus y divided by 1 plus xy. Now look at 1 is there here. This is x, this is y. Here itself I am converting. This is x, this is y. Right? So x minus y is what? 1 is there. So write that. Directly it is in the model. N equal to 1 to 30. I am writing like this. Tan inverse. This 1 I am writing it as n plus 1 minus n divided by this. Right? Directly I have written this is xy is already there here. X minus y means 1 only. This 1 I am writing n plus 1 minus n. So therefore this is of the form tan inverse of x minus y divided by 1 plus xy. So therefore n equal to 1 to 30 tan inverse x minus y divided by 1 plus xy minus tan inverse n. This is the one, right? This is tan inverse n plus 1 minus tan inverse n. Now I am expanding the sigma. What I will get? Here I am writing. Here I am writing. Okay. So if I expand the sigma, first term is what? Tan inverse 1. 1 means tan inverse 2 minus tan inverse 1. Tan inverse 2 minus tan inverse 1. First one. N equal to 2. Tan inverse. N equal to 2 means tan inverse 3 minus tan inverse 2. Yes, and so on. Last. N equal to 30. N equal to 30 means tan inverse 31 minus tan inverse 30. Tan inverse 30. This, now look at here. So this tan inverse 2, tan inverse 2 will get cancelled. So this tan inverse 30, tan inverse will get cancelled. This term and this term will be remaining. So tan inverse 31 minus tan inverse 1. Right? Now I am writing simplifying tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. Tan inverse x minus tan inverse y is what? Tan inverse of x minus y divided by 1 plus xy. That means this is nothing but tan inverse. Tan inverse 30 divided by 32. 30 divided by 32. So this value, this inside one is there. What I got? From here to here, that value is what? Tan inverse 30 by 32. Now take the problem. Take the problem. So this implies this complete sum is what? Tan inverse. Tan inverse 30 divided by 32. Now tan inverse I can write in cot. Tan inverse x I can write in cot inverse 32 divided by 30. Now cot of cot inverse x is what? X. So your answer is what? 2 16s, 2 15s. 16 by 15 is your answer. Like that. Here tan inverse is there, cot of cot inverse x, x. Tan inverse x is nothing but cot inverse 1 by x. So therefore your answer is what? 16 by 15. Just this inside one I have taken, the inside one. This sigma I got here, this substituted. Whenever cot inverse is there, you convert into tan inverse. Because if tan inverse is there, series can be easily calculated by converting it to tan inverse x minus y by 1 plus xy. Here directly x into y is there luckily. That's why x minus y is what? 1. This I have written. And then this is tan inverse x minus y divided by 1 plus xy means what? Tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. And then expand sigma. N equal to 1 is this. N equal to 2 is this. N equal to 30. Finally this term and this term is remaining. Tan inverse x minus tan inverse y you write. Tan inverse of x minus y divided by 1 plus xy, this you got. So substitute here. Instead of this one, you substitute tan inverse 30 by 32. Now cot is there, cot inverse 1 by x you write. Look at. Right? In some cases, he will not give sigma. He will not give sigma. If sigma is given directly, no problem. He will not give in sigma. Look at one model. Suppose he is asking cot inverse. He is asking the value of this 2 into 1 square cot inverse 2 into 2 square plus cot inverse 2 into 3 square and so on infinite terms. He is asking the sum of this. He is asking and so on, infinite terms sum. He will not give in sigma. We have to write them in sigma. You have to write them means this is first term, this is second term, this is third term. Now nth term. Nth term is what? Cot inverse 2 into 1 square, first term, 2 into 2 square. So nth term is what? 2 into n square. 2 into n square. First write nth term and then sigma. I will calculate for n sum of n terms first. Infinite means first calculate sum of n terms and then substitute n equal to infinity. What is this one? Sigma n equal to 1 to n. Nth term is this. This only, this look at n equal to 1 means this, n equal to 2 means this, n equal to 3 means this. Instead of giving like this, he will give like this. That means what we have to do, we have to write in sigma first. Nth term, first term, second term, third term. Nth term will be this only. This is nth term. Then write sigma n equal to 1 to n nth term. Now it is in our format sigma. That means convert into tan inverse now. Tan inverse. Tan inverse, I am writing like this, 1 divided by 2n square. 2n square. Now first my target is tan inverse f of n. Right? Now take 1 by 2n square. Look at how I am adjusting. 1 by 2n square I am taking. 1 by 2n square I am taking. Right? So what I am doing is I am multiplying and dividing by 2. Look at 2 by 4n square. Right? 2 by 4n square I am multiplied and divided with 2. Now in the denominator 1 I am adding, 1 I am subtracting. 1 plus xy I have to write first. 1 I have added, 1 I have subtracted. So now this is 2 by 1 plus, this is 4n square minus 1 means 2n plus 1 into a plus b into a minus b. Right? So this is 2n whole square minus 1. That means a plus b into a minus b. Right? Now look at here. This is x, this is y. Product is there. X minus y is what? 2. That's why first I have multiplied and divided with 2. Right? First I have multiplied and divided with 2 for this reason. This minus this x minus y is what? 2. So now the 2 I will write like this. The 2 is there. The 2 I can write like this. Look at it. So here I am writing. 2 can be written as 2n plus 1 minus of 2n minus 1 divided by 1 plus 2n plus 1 into 2n minus 1. Now look at this 1 by 2n square now is of the form x minus y divided by 1 plus xy. Now instead of 1 by 2n square, you replace that one. Therefore, sigma n equal to 1 to n tan inverse. Instead of 1 by 2n square, you replace 2n plus 1 minus of 2n minus 1 divided by 1 plus 2n plus 1 into 2n minus 1. In place of this I have written, this is tan inverse of x minus y divided by 1 plus xy. So that is what? Sigma n equal to 1 to n tan inverse 2n plus 1 minus tan inverse 2n minus 1. 2n minus 1. Now substitute from n equal to 1 to n. Substitute from n equal to 1 to n. This problem is very important. So substitute from n equal to 1. N equal to 1 means tan inverse 3 minus tan inverse n equal to 1 means you will get 1. Tan inverse n equal to 2 means you will get 5 minus tan inverse 3 plus and so on, plus last one n equal to n, tan inverse 2n plus 1 minus tan inverse 2n minus 1. So everything will get cancelled. Everything will get cancelled except this term and this term. So therefore, what is sum of n terms? So therefore, sum of n terms is nothing but tan inverse 2n plus 1 minus tan inverse 1. This is sum of n terms series, whatever he has given. So therefore, now sum of infinite terms. That means substitute n equal to infinity in the above one. N equal to infinity here means tan inverse infinity minus tan inverse 1 means what? Pi by 4. So therefore tan inverse infinity is what? Pi by 2 minus pi by 4. Pi by 2 minus pi by 4 means what? Pi by 4. Answer. Pi by 4. That is the answer for infinite series. First you calculate sum of n terms and then replace infinity. Even if infinity is given, first you calculate sum of n terms and then substitute infinity. Any doubt is there regarding this? Raise your hand. Any doubt is there regarding this? Raise your hand. For this problem, I will tell one shortcut. We will design a shortcut. Remember that. Definitely, you sure you will get 100% this problem. Look at, remember the shortcut. This is standard problem. Look at like this. And so on n terms. N terms. Look at here. Here this is there. Let us simplify this. Shortcut is nothing but tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. Suppose this I am writing, shortcut you have to remember is 2n plus 1 minus 1 divided by 1 plus 2n plus 1 into 1. The formula is tan inverse 2n divided by 2n plus 2. Formula is this one, equal to, or series will be given like this, tan inverse. In tan inverse you will give like this, whatever it may be. You remember this formula, 1 by 2 into 2 square plus and so on, tan inverse and so on, n terms of n terms. Either this or the same. Formula is, in terms of formula, if you have to remember, or in sigma this, or in sigma, it can be asked like this, n equal to 1 to n tan inverse 1 by 2n square. All are same. Formula for this is cot inverse tan inverse n by n plus 1, or cot inverse n by n plus 1. Sum of n terms. It is given like this or it is given like this. Sum of n terms formula. This is the one. 2n divided by 2n plus 2 you got. 2 cancel. N divided by n plus 1 or cot inverse n divided by n plus 1. If it is given like this, infinite terms. Sigma n equal to 1 to infinity. Cot inverse 2n square or tan inverse 1 by 2n square. This is pi by 4 answer. This is pi by 4. This is pi by 4. This or this or this or this same. This is directly in summation form. This is sigma form. What is your doubt, Amma Vikyat? Vikyat, what is your doubt? N plus 1. Okay now? N plus 1. Remember this formula. Remember this formula. Especially this infinite is there. Infinite he will ask more. Pi by 4 answer. Infinite series. Okay na? Cheppamma. Any doubt is there? Sigma. అవును 1 by 2n square లోపల x పాజిటివే కదా 1 by సిగ్మా అంటే అన్ని పాజిటివ్ టర్మ్స్ యాడ్ చేస్తే పాజిటివ్ వస్తుంది మరి వాల్యూ అన్ని పాజిటివ్ టర్మ్స్ యాడ్ చేస్తే పాజిటివే వస్తుంది కదా వాల్యూ ఓకేనా రైట్ చూడండి ఈ రోజు ఈవినింగ్ ఈ సిరీస్ పైన అన్ని ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ పంపిస్తాను కలెక్షన్ ఆఫ్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఆర్ దేర్ సమ్మేషన్ ఆఫ్ సిరీస్ based on ranges, domains. These two are very important concepts in this chapter for tomorrow's exam. Today evening, I will send assignment on summation of series and based on maximum and minimum values. You do every problem. Okay, now. Thank you all of you. Have a nice day.